So we're getting to the end of the school year here, and I just want to sit down and do a little debriefing with you two boys. I understand you just finished up the ichthyology class.
We did.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And so, what did you think about that class in general?
No, I thought it was a great class. Coming into Unity, I considered myself a pretty good sportsman, outdoorsman, fisherman, all that good stuff, and thought I was pretty decent with identification and stuff on fish. But after taking this class, I just realized how much information was actually out there to learn about, and how complicated these species can be, and how important it is to learn your information on that topic. And I feel like I'm night and day difference from the first day of class.
Yeah, I think you definitely learned a lot.
By far, yeah.
Cool, very good. Enjoyed the class, fun class?
I did. There was work involved, but I think every second was worth it. You do learn a lot, but the work is well worth the knowledge you're going to gain from the class.
Yeah, sounds good. And now Dave Potter's the instructor. What did you think of Dave Potter? Did you enjoy him?
Dave Potter is a different breed of teacher.
Yeah.
Basically, he wants you to do the best you can. He wants you to try hard, but he also wants you to have fun. So it's crazy how he can balance all those things at once to make it just an awesome course, because like on the tests, he'll have questions that you might not know the answer to, but you give it your all and maybe you'll get a point or two. You put something funny, if he giggles, you get a point. So, he takes you out and out in the field, you get to electrofish and stuff. It's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
You do things you normally wouldn't do in a normal classroom, so enjoy it. He's a good guy.
So Kevin, what did you think about like electrofishing and that whole deal?
I took ichthyology last year, and electrofishing was one of the highlights of the class for me. I really enjoyed it a lot. And you think that it's just going to be going out there and shocking a bunch of fish and having a good old time, but there's a lot of science involved in it. And I mean, you can use different voltages, you can use different wavelengths, and how you do it will determine the type of fish. And it's a lot easier to catch a larger fish than a smaller fish just because of surface area and stuff. And Potter really walked us through that. He had a really hands-on approach, and part of his teaching style is if he sees you doing something wrong, then he doesn't jump right in and say, hey, no, you're not doing this right. He lets you figure it out on your own, like you would in the real world in a workplace environment. You're not always going to have somebody there to point you in the right direction. You're going to have to figure stuff out on your own, and he 100% gives you that opportunity. And so, and the electrofishing was a prime example. I mean, we had plenty of times where we didn't catch a lot of fish, and once we figured it out, we were very successful. And we learned through that's a really effective way to sample a body of water. It's an easy way to catch a lot of fish and run your samples on that. So I really enjoyed it. I highly suggest it to anybody who has the opportunity. So in ichthyology, you guys did a lot of labs. I remember I did anyway. Did you have a favorite, either of you? Or?
I honestly liked all the labs. We got to get a much deeper understanding of fish anatomy and just how they work and everything like that, which is really great experience that I'd never had before in high school or even freshman year of college. And also the fact that we could go out and fish on our days off when we have free time up here, and then you can bring fish back to lab with you, and he'll give you extra credit for bringing fish to class to work on, and then you get to understand the fish that you actually caught yourself, and it just gives it that more personal perspective.
Did you get that opportunity? Did you actually work on any of your own fish?
Yeah, I did. We actually caught a couple nice fish this spring and a couple over the winter ice fishing, and we got to bring those into class, and a couple nice bass that we got to open up and just see what they're all about. And just the fact that I was the one who reeled them in and caught those fish made it really special for me.
Pretty cool. Brings it full circle for you.
Yeah, it really does.
Huh, that's cool. So Luke, did you have a favorite lab out of the class?
I did. I'd have to say the most enjoyable one is when we simulated electromagnetic fishing with batteries and wires.
Oh, that's
and what
pretty
we
cool.
did is we had splake, which are little minnows,
and
we would just poke it in there, see what would happen. And they would just cramp up, they'd just convulse. And then we take it out, and then they start swimming.
Yeah.
So then we decided to up the juice a little bit, add more batteries.
Yeah.
And then they would just convulse, and then they wouldn't move.
Oh, so it's pretty much just showed how the fish would seize up once they got the shock from the actual rig.
So we learned basically how much we can do before they actually die. So we got a better sense of what we were doing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Gives you a baseline.
Yep.
Huh, sounds like a cool lab.
So Kevin, I hear you're working on a pretty cool project. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I am actually right now. I took fishery science and techniques last semester, And one of the topics we talked about in that class was on the President's Fire Pond on campus. There's an overpopulation of goldfish in there. Just over the years, students had thrown their unwanted pets in there, and the population boom was incredible. And so it was just swamped with goldfish. And last summer, there was a proposal to put some poison in the pond and kill all the goldfish, and that kind of got shut down for poisoning a water source on America's Environmental College.
Yeah.
So I had the idea, well, why not introduce a natural predator? Why don't we put some eels in there? Because an eel, they can live in very anoxic conditions. People have tried putting bass in there before, but they can't survive.
Yep.
And eels can survive in pretty much a mud puddle. And when they use up the food source, then on a rainy day they can pretty much just hop out, slither down the hill, get into sandy stream, and be done. So that was my proposal, my hypothesis. And so in order to get eels, I went out electrofishing a couple times, but it was still pretty early in the season, had a lot of the early spring rains, so the water was running. I didn't have much luck electrofishing. And I had a couple eel traps out in Lake Winnicook and Unity Pond there, and caught a lot of fall fish and a lot of suckers, and didn't catch any eels. And I still have those traps in right now, actually. I just checked them this morning. And Lucas Libby was with me checking those. He helped me out a lot with that. And yeah, so haven't really had much luck on that. One of the ichthyology classes, though, Lucas Libby's class, caught some eels and donated them to me. Dave Potter's aware of my project, and Lucas Libby really took point on that and saved the eels for me, made sure I got them. And we introduced 4 eels into the pond. So I'm going to try to put more in if I can get them. And, I guess we can just see what will happen, give it a season and give it over the summer. And I have a baseline population for the pond right now, and I can see if I catch significantly less. And that would suggest that my hypothesis works.
Yep.
So
Pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty happy with it. So you guys are coming to the end of the semester here. You're wrapping up the course. We established you enjoyed it. Would you suggest it to future students?
Oh, absolutely. What you learn in the class is going to be such a key part of your future for any field that you go into coming out of Unity, for environmental, conservation, fisheries, biology. Just having that background there is going to be absolutely crucial to getting a job and being able to function in that kind of field.
Yeah, that hands-on experience.
Yeah, just having that hands-on experience and having that background is just going to make you one step better and make you a better candidate for a job. I mean, you can't get any better than that. What did you think, Luke?
I highly recommend this class to anyone who's interested in fish, wants to get to know them better. Like, you're able to identify them so much better with this class. Overall, I think it's a good choice to do.